Hello, everybody. My name is Ricardo Cabrera, and I am the operations manager here at the Latino Chamber of Commerce of Boulder County. And today we have Barb Bulthuis. Help me if I said that wrong. The executive director. What's it?
Bulthuis.
Oh, Bulthuis, yes. Executive director and one of 4 founders at the Crossroads School in Longmont. So, Barb, would you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started about the school?
Absolutely. I am a lifetime educator. I've been involved with about 9 different schools and in various roles, teaching and administrating. And I've been in Longmont first from when I was 3 till I was 12. And then my family moved to Denver and I moved away for college and some things after that and ended up moving back in 2000. So I've been in Longmont now again for 20 years.
Wow, nice. And I know there are stories about you in India and other things, but we'll talk about that on a different recording because we only have a few minutes here.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell me, Barb, a little about the Crossroads School and what it is and what it does.
Absolutely. So Crossroads was a vision of a number of educators who saw that traditional schools don't meet all kids' needs, that our traditional school system works really hard and tries really hard, but it doesn't work for all kids. And so we started a school that's designed for kids who don't fit for a variety of reasons. That these are not bad kids, they're not dumb kids, they just don't fit traditional education. So we provide an option for them to have a path that can work for them, that can meet their needs, that can get them to a diploma. And honestly, when kids apply, if we think that they can be successful somewhere else, we won't accept them. This is a last chance school for kids to have a second or third or even fourth chance at success. And we take kids who are on track to drop out of school and be a burden on society, and we turn them into kids who have the skills and the confidence and the plan to move forward in a positive life and become contributors to society.
Wow, that sounds like a great program. And so how do they find you? I mean, how do people know that you exist?
You know, it's been word of mouth. We started in 2010 with 4 students in the 6th and 7th grade. And by the end of that school year, we had 8. By the end of the next year, we had 16. By the 3rd year, we had a wait list. And we have just continued to move forward, word of mouth, from people who have been to the school, from business people who are aware of our program and refer people that they know, from pastors and youth directors at churches who know about us. We've had a couple of really good articles in the newspaper that have helped with that word of mouth piece, but it's just about one family telling another that there's an option for their kid that can work.
Right. Wow. So obviously you guys have been pretty successful. You've been around for how many years, did you say?
This is our 11th school year.
11th school year. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell me about the principles, the guiding principles that your school follows to help these kids succeed.
Okay. Well, there's really 4 things. The first one is individualized education, because not all kids learn the same way and not all kids need to learn the same thing. If a whole algebra class in the 9th grade is studying the same concept and some of them don't know how to add, they're not going to have the success that they need. So we start with wherever they are and we move them forward. In order to do that, we have to have small classes. We have 8 to 10 in a classroom, and the teacher comes alongside more as a coach than a classroom teacher. Another piece of that is mastery based. That's our second key principle. And that has this amazing, strange concept that before a kid moves on to learn something new, they should make sure that they know the thing before. So if a kid doesn't get at least a B, then they rework and relearn until they get that B. And then they move on to the next thing, which just creates a much more solid education. The third thing is, actually the very first thing comes ahead of all of those, is relationships. Because these are kids who have failed in traditional schools for a variety of reasons, and they believe that they're going to fail again. The thing that gets them over that hurdle is a trusting relationship with an adult that they believe is on their side, that is going to help them walk through it, that allows them to dare to try. Once they dare to try, then they find a tiny bit of success and they build that confidence to be able to try again. And that relationship is crucial. So we have a lot of adult mentors, a lot of volunteers, and some really key teachers who help build those relationships with those kids. And then the 4th principle is future focused. And that is that these kids don't just need a diploma, they need a plan for after they get that diploma. So we use their elective credits well, first we walk them through a process where they take the Indigo assessment, which is a skills and interests survey. Then they sit down with a collegiate crossings representative and talk about their future planning. Then we use their elective credits to help them explore those future plans, to try out careers or to pursue a career path. So they have internships, they have volunteer activities. They take classes at the Career Development Center and things like welding and culinary arts and EMT services. They take concurrent enrollment classes at Front Range Community College. If they're thinking about a college career, we want to make sure that they feel confident that they can be successful in college. So there's a lot of different ways that we help them make a plan so that when they graduate, they have both a diploma and a future plan to move forward.
Wow, that sounds great. I hear a lot of different concepts and a lot of different teaching styles that you guys have put together into your program. I mean, I come from a Montessori background, and my parents have had a Montessori school for, I don't know, 35 years. So I hear a little bit of that. I've also spoken with the people at LCJP, the Longmont Community Adjustment Partnership, and they have some interesting concepts that you kind of touched on too. It sounds like an awesome place. So Barb, tell me a success story. We all want to hear a success story. So
well, I
share
want
a
to tell
little
you,
bit.
well, we have actually 27 alumni since 2014 that have graduated from our program and gone on to be all sorts of success stories. So I'm going to tell you two because they're so different. So the first one is a young man who came to us in the 9th grade and was super angry at the world. He had a single alcoholic mother. His life was chaotic. And we struggled to build a relationship with him, but we never really got him on track. And eventually he ended up transferring to another school to play football, played very little football because he could never stay eligible, ended up dropping out of school. So he worked, basic job, minimum wage jobs for a few years. And then he said, I really want to go in the military. And he found out that he had to have a diploma. He called our school when he was 20 years old, almost 21, because at that point it was too late to be able to enroll in a traditional public school and finish the credits that he needed. But with our alternative program, we were able to re-enroll him and help him just focus on exactly the credits that he needed at an accelerated pace. And he put his nose to the grindstone. And in about 3 or 4 months, he was able to finish the things he needed to finish, get his diploma, and then enlist in the military. And right now he's serving in the infantry at the Pentagon. And absolutely loving that career and planning to stay in it long term.
Wow.
So that's one completely opposite type of story. We had a young woman who moved to the United States from the Philippines at age 19. And her mom had married an American gentleman and they were moving here. They had married a couple years before, but it took that long to get her visa. But all along it was, you'll be getting your visa in a few weeks and then a few more weeks. So she was never in school during that time. So she had about sophomore credits, but she was 19. And again, couldn't enroll in public school because she didn't have time to finish the credits that she needed to graduate. So she came to Crossroads and took her about 1.5 years to earn the rest of her credits, working at an individualized pace. And she graduated and went on to Simpson University. And last May, she actually graduated from Simpson with her degree in nursing and is currently working as a nurse. So
Wow.
There's two very different examples of how kids find success at Crossroads.
Yes, thank you for sharing. That's awesome. And good luck too. I hope you get more. I'm sure you have a lot of success stories, and everything
So many.
that you do is about success. So that's a good for the community. Thank you for that.
So rewarding.
Yeah. I bet for you and for the students. And do they come back? Do you have an alumni? You have graduates? You have mentorship between them? Do they come back and help?
We do have some of that. Our oldest graduates have only been out of our program for 6 years, and that was the very first 2. So some of them are still real young, but we have one of our early students who is wanting to come back and do some mentoring. We've had alumni come back and speak in our assembly to our students. So some of those things are starting to happen. They also come back right now just to tell us how they're doing and to check in because those relationships are so powerful. Our very first alumnus, I guess it is, stopped by earlier this year just to tell us how he's doing and how proud he is that his boss had told him he was the best employee he had. And he just wanted us to know.
That's awesome. Yes. Cool. So Barb, tell me then, how can the business community, obviously we're with a Latino Chamber of Commerce and we focus with Hispanic and Latino businesses, but we have a wider reach. How can we help, or how can they reach out to you and help in whatever you might need?
Well, if anyone who's hearing this is passionate about helping at-risk kids, I would love to talk with you. We tend to approach the involvement of people in the same way we approach the kids, and that's very individualized based on your passions and your interests. But a couple of things that businesses in the Longmont community and the Boulder County area have done with Crossroads. Some business people have been mentors in our Big Idea Project or in other mentoring situations at the school, working one-on-one with kids or with small groups of kids. Some businesses donate to our auction every year and help us out with fundraising in that way, or sponsor our annual dinner. Because obviously it takes a lot to run a school like this, and we are private. We don't get funding from the state. So we count on our community to help us with those sorts of things. Some business people come in and do presentations for our students, like in our life skills classes. They'll help out with a particular topic that might be of interest to them that fits our curriculum. So we had, for example, we had a plumber come in recently and show our students how to assemble a toilet and fix all the various parts in one of their homeowners units in life skills. Some business people, what was I just thinking of? There's another thing. Let me think what it was.
Oh, so what the business are can help you with. They can help you with mentorship. They can help you with
yes,
hands-on donations. And if somebody,
I know what it was. It was. Internships and volunteer opportunities for kids who are looking into those careers. That's also hugely helpful, just to have connections in various careers as we're working on those future plans for kids. So there's some things.
Good. Well, there's a lot of ways to help, and I'd love to help myself. I can offer my time to you, and I will go in and talk to your kids in whatever I can help with. And
thank you.
I can do a lot of things. I can talk about anything. If I don't know it, I'll make it up as I go, and it usually sounds pretty good.
Well, there we go. I like it.
All right, good. Well, Barb, thank you so very much. Would you tell us your information? So I'm going to put it down here on our description of this video talk, and so people can get a hold of you and ask questions or, help. Sure.
The easiest is to go to crossroadslongmont.org. Crossroads Longmont, all one word. .org is our website. It has my contact information as well as the information for the school, and we would love to connect if there's any way that you'd like to get involved, or if you know anyone who needs this program.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, with that, we're going to start closing up our talk over here. I do have one surprise question for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am. I'll do my best.
What's your favorite word?
Favorite word. I think, okay, this is going to sound weird, but I'm an English person and I love language. So my favorite word is monosyllabic. And the reason is that it's so ironic that it takes 5 syllables to say something that means of or the.
Right. Yes, excellent.
Just so ironic.
The way of the world, right?
Yep.
Great analogy for everything else. Cool. Well, thank you, Barb. You've been great for sharing, and good luck to you. And until next time.
Okay. Thank you so much. Great to talk with you.
Yep. Bye-bye.